Namco's fifth entry in its iconic weapon-based fighter series enters the fray with a strange paradox. While it is by far the deepest entry to date in terms of complex gameplay additions, it also offers one of the most shallow experiences offered by modern fighting games content-wise. A perfect example of this can be found within the first moments of the main story mode. There are a variety of new combat options, including the addition of a meter that builds as you deal and receive damage. This meter can be used for executing powerful versions of normal attacks with a partial meter, or by unleashing a character-specific mega combo that engulfs a full meter. Both of these are exciting and much-needed options for the Soul Calibur formula, and are welcome additions. All this, along with most of the game's control scheme, is explained within the confines of 3 title cards. There's no tutorial mode, and no way to learn the depth of combat other than through trial and error. None of the 3 title cards even told me that the game's guard break ability was also part of a new meter system. Veterans to the series should be able to integrate these new options fairly quickly, but the lack of clarity will leave newcomers feeling clueless from the beginning.
And no one remember your name.
Speaking of clueless, the game's single-player story mode is an absolute mess. Taking place 17 years after the events of Soul Calibur 4, you follow the actions of longtime fighter Sophidia's children, Patroclus and Pyrrha. Neither character is particularly interesting, and they only serve to deliver a contrived plot and lackluster voice acting. While the visuals of both gameplay and cutscenes are top-notch, minimally detailed story cards tell a large majority of the narrative. These cards are by no means new to the Soul Calibur series, but being delivered often alongside full cutscenes this time around really makes them seem lazy and out of place.
I am not one of them.
Is that so? How unfortunate there's no way to prove it.
The mode itself features 20 plain battles, free of any special conditions or surprises that would make a standalone mode worth playing in the first place. There's nothing special beyond story mode either, if you're the type that likes special modes to play by yourself. Every single player mode features your character against an AI character with no changes to the regular formula. Your only reason for playing them is to get used to gameplay before heading online and unlocking a few extra characters on your roster. That said, if you're not into Soul Calibur 5's mix of old and new characters, you can always tap into the extensive creation mode to make your own. This is by far the most extensive create a character mode offered by any fighting game to date, complete with the ability to alter height, appearance, weapon style, and even your character's voice.
I can see the fear in your eyes. I can see the fear in your eyes.
I only sunk in enough time to build a version of myself, but I've seen variants of every fictional character under the sun across the internet. My only gripe is that you need to grind your level through online and offline play to unlock the hundreds of armor and clothing options available to you. If you're someone who likes to sink in multiple hours recreating your favorite characters from other media, you'll likely have to spend several more hours playing the actual game first. Luckily, Soul Calibur 5's online mode is nothing short of fantastic. From casual lobbies to battling in competitive ranked matches, everything runs flawlessly. In all my hours experimenting with multiplayer modes, I never once experienced any slowdown or lag. For a majority of you Soul Calibur fans, this is exactly what you came for. Whether you just want to show off your creative character to the masses, or seriously compete to play against the best in the world, I couldn't recommend Soul Calibur 5's network play any higher. In the end, we're left with a bipolar game experience that ranges from fantastic to awful. Hardcore fighting fans will love the increased depth, beautiful visuals, and slew of multiplayer modes, but casual players will find themselves frustrated with the lack of direction and polish everywhere else. Soul Calibur 5 is a great addition to the series in terms of gameplay, but as a complete experience, it leaves a little bit to be desired.
Are you alright? You can't accept me if I'm malfested.
Just give me a moment. Please, just let me think.